Professor Lord Mensah Ninkomo, University of Ghana Business School, where you're senior lecturer honum na yembisanum. The impact the withdrawal of the service of these mobile money agents, say 23rd, if they go through with one more threat now, how it would impact on economy. Considering the guy has told us on daily basis they are able to transact up to 2 million, if I heard him right. And so more transacting business to the tune of 2 million Ghana cedis. How would the absence of that transaction impact on the economy? Prof, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sammy. Let's hear for you answer. I'm watching.
Now, in Bom's other pay.
Yamia Dumo.
Prof, you didn't come on FR E11 and 7 no Yamepa on the 23rd. Mobile money agents are threatening to say one more Eddie Omojuma ever to form. Prof, you perceive who says so one more Omojuma ever to form necessarily would it impact the economy?
Oh yeah, obviously, we should expect a bigger effect to economy because transactions are going to slow down. Apart from that, no slow. What the government is looking out for. We also see the Ghanaian economy is evolving and it has moved to a level most transactions are on the digital platform or the electronic platform. Now, don't share a friend economy beyond say a we share the way economy is here active. Now they will tax at all. To be share the NTI, the genesis of our taxes it used to be the bank transaction, let be near the idea of buy and the services sector no and a driver economy. The service sector no was dominated by the banking sector. They are buying every dinner or move tax echo to one more. The only time the economy is taking a shape and then the government realizes that this area now, the economy na could do one for four. I now the tax for two. But I'll say you're careful to the extent that at this time, the demand for mobile money services are very, very sensitive to the prices that government will charge. The reason being that I think the amount for appetite in the consumption of mobile money services, grow. And at the early stage of growth in mobile money services demand, and are very, very sensitive to pricing. It is any attempt to be able to increase prices, you reduce the people's appetite to use the platform. And if we should go by the quantums of transactions that goes on, which was part of the justification of the reason why the person introduces IE levy now, you realize that the economy is picking the shape in that space. And with this huge quantities of transactions, definitely, if we withdraw it, if we go ahead and then this services is being withdrawn by members, obviously we should expect that we'll have a toll on the economy. Apart from the government not being able to, if the e-levy is passed, I mean that statement should be underlined. You realize that apart from that, transactions are going to slow. The speed at which money moves also play a major role in economic development. So the only at the end. Now, you realize that at the economic mean talk, and they be a pen and maybe time care, come back, we can over there to up no. Who's going to be the Canada Magic Cannon some fan for the Janice shells. If you want more, it was there. I did have to talk after your friend liquidity will start freezing on transactions. If you balance now, the economic vibrancy will not be experienced as expected. There's a reason why technology plays a major role in economy. And the withdrawal, it has an effect. I mean, these days when you're buying something, you just call the person and then you wire money to the person delivers it, and then it will be at your doorstep for a copy. Now, even I can tell you that ordinary person sometimes that's not, I can use University of Ghana as an example. I mean, only a what tech and so I no idea and keep back on the area. These days in Kuala Lumpur, what they do is that they go to boat food, and boat food or top a piano now a deliver a bread. If you go up lecture classroom, no what's in the piano. And it's a smart world we are moving now. It is to me, unsustainable. Now, for gidi. You introduce the beer, again, now amount for appetite, coffee. Meaning you have to whet the appetite back, will be difficult. So the investment that technological space over the years, and especially this administration, they have done a lot in, what we call it, in investment in e-platforms. With all the integrations that they are trying to do. And so if you don't take care, you realize that investment will not start yielding the dividend that it is expected for us. We have to be careful. Withdrawal will have impact on the economy. And I will not dispute that, because if you look at the government justifications of the e-levy, it tells you that serious transactions act, and I was trying to retrieve the document, but because of the way you called me, it was kind of emergency call. I could have told you, the quantums of monies that are being transacted on this platform. And at the point in time, that transaction on a daily basis was going more than what the banks transact. So it has impact.
Opening, correct me if I'm wrong. Essential commodities, is it not the case, say, regardless of the price, the people buy it, if the thing is essential?
That is a fantastic question, Albebisa. The case essential, I idea will be to me access here, to me access without, going with it. So at the end of work, you can still survive. Or also, you can still survive. And essential commodity, normally assumes inelastic, prices. They are not sensitive to pricing. But we've not gotten to that essential level. We will get to essential level, the people's appetite, because apparently you are now introducing the thing, and we are at the early stage, the infant stage. The appetite for the people have not been whetted in this platform yet. What you are saying? A stage is a bit, stage is a bit dry. It will become essential. You could see them go for another to what. One no, a band in the other band and transaction. If you don't know, we increase the prices, no crana. So, you will act towards it and obey you to that system. If who increase the price, it can find it. But we've not gotten to the stage of essentiality when it comes to, transaction. Now we are whetting the people's appetite. Me, it's essential for me because, more or less, going to the office, I won't have time to, give my plumber some money here and there. So I prefer wiring it through the electronic platform. But most of the transactions are not done by us. The people who receive those transactions, are the ones that are down there. We get the big credit when you are working the work from. You do that essential state.
With what we saw in Parliament and seeing the likely impact this may have on the economy if say a pass e-levy was here.
Well, I would say that what is happening in Parliament now is unfortunate because the Ghanaian economy stakeholders, goes beyond our borders. It goes beyond just at the constituency level, which we have our representatives. And in fact, if you look at our portfolio investments in this country, majority of them are held by foreigners. We should be careful how we display some of these things, in public, and how we're going to pull and, push, some of this center state policies. For me, I think these negotiations should have come earlier rather than displaying it in public. And if the majority was to, or executive who is more aligned with the majority, this parliamentary procedure, that is economics, so I can't be detailed on it. But, with my fundamentals of foundation that I have in a way, I can tell you that this thing should have gone far ahead. But it's unfortunate that our parliamentary proceedings has been simple majority all this year. So the negotiation cut that a typical parliamentarian is supposed to wear, has gone. When you start China to baby, a China is a cry. At this time, negotiation skills. Because those days they were riding on simple majority. The policies were going through the the parliament with a simple inducement. You know, a comparison now, that skills on the negotiating and negotiations, no timing. If you are Ghana, you have to lay, you know that you have to lay about 3 months and start Georgia. And before figures, no about 1.75, maybe a month negotiating my better 1.0. It just said, system has been on simple majority for all these years, you know. Almost negotiation, you know, capabilities. Jama acquired the two is a bill, it will go through. Because every bill goes through in parliament. It's, you know, but I think that it's about time we come to the center. Now, we are even it's something that is good. And I tell you, when the bill is passed, when the minority takes over, you know, government, I don't think they will remove that bill. I don't think so. So it's about time also you pass it. Now, I was through. I mean, I believe I was through because I was through to the extent that the mobile money, you know, the electronic agents or the platforms are already charging some 1% fee. It is yes, I 1.75%. That is a cost you will be. And you know, I was through. So now gradually, you know, but me to what bill. I mean, the bill only talks about how to collect the money, the agents that will be collecting the money, and how the money will be. It didn't talk about how the money will be used. I saw in the what do you call it, in the parliament, the budget policy indicating the usage of this, the process of this levy being, you know, infrastructure, creating jobs here and there. But I mean, as to the proportions, who's the way you to your benefit, you to good the figure.
Yeah.
Bill, yeah, and then I'm be able to see and then I'm from and then I'm your phone to share. It never talked about proportions and each of these, you know, areas. See, and yeah, you move here 3% to infrastructure. You move here, you're very saying 5% every year, what do we call it? The use that I person bank see and the move here, we be a roads near the other. It, you know, the engineer map proportional usage. I mean, Ghana, the free budget to my free it's appropriation and reappropriation. And those will be a share she can be a short for political reasons. And see, we're going to say that bill here that it will give room for that kind of, you know, behavior. I have to kick out the core things I was just kind of it to me yet. Yeah, I was saying to me every visiting bill, no, nature proportions. It's kind of got to you need this go in about. Yeah, the mobile 50% your growth because you have to do too good. If you are training here, better be crowd. Your growth no can be here. You give me campaign because of this appropriation and reappropriation here. What budget here? I don't know. I'm tired. Every year, your budget is here. I can be a baby near muscle. Yeah, they are too happy because your friends are handle. We have to prioritize it for now. I don't know. It happens every time. And you know, me feel that by bill now and then I'm it shouldn't indicate only how to collect it, and then you know the agents that will be collecting it. They should rather indicate the proportions that will be going into different sectors.
Prof, if I don't have pay so Jim and come on our happy morning show. So Professor Lord Mensah and Edi and Komoni, University of Ghana senior lecturer, on also share the thoughts at the Amaya.